truth gets flexed. Welcome to TCS, where the truth gets flexed. Facts hit the streets, no time to second guess. Urban news, sports, hip hop in the mix. World issue till we break it down, no tricks. TCS, yeah, the talk you need. From the block to the globe, we plant the seed. Tune in, turn up, let your mind get fed. TCS, where the real gets spread. Truth on the mic, raw takes in the booth. Facts hit harder when they laced with the proof. Step in the zone, let the knowledge increase. TCS,
I got something
where
for
the
y'all.
streets meet the peace.
Yo, Pete. Everybody, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? I'm coming back at you with another one. All right, it's your boy Rockin' Rondo in the building. TCS. This is the Corner Society. If you haven't noticed, I did change the name. Listen, I'm gonna come at y'all with a quick one today, right? Because I gotta keep these dropping. I gotta keep them dropping. I gotta hit the YouTube algorithm and try to smack this thing to the sky, right? So today, what I'm gonna talk about is Venezuela, Nicolas Maduro, and what all this means for America, right? And a lot of people, you turn on YouTube, you turn on the news, and you're getting all these things that you don't quite understand, right? Maybe you do understand, and maybe that the way they deliver it is just not interesting to you, all right? I'm going to deliver it to you in a way that the layman can understand today and what a lot of this means for us in America. I know a lot of you seen those gas prices drop, right? The problem that we have in America is people like me, right, that can access equipment like this and jump on and incite fear, incite a whole bunch of BS that has nothing to do with the actual factuals. Like I say, you gotta eat the meat and spit the bones out, right? We got problems with ICE. We got problems all over America right now, right? But a whole lot of this shit is there to just distract you from what's really going on. All right. And what's really going on is, excuse me, we just invaded the country. Now, I was having talks with people about this before it happened, and I told people, listen, it's not going to be a ground invasion. It's not going to be a rumble in the jungle. We're not going in there like Vietnam. All right. If you guys don't know what tier one operators are, all right, have you ever heard of the Navy SEALs, Delta Force? Delta Force is actually the people that went in to the what are they calling it? Operation Absolute Resolve. So Delta went into Venezuela and they were in and out of the country. I believe. Let me see what I got some notes here, and you know them boys were in and out of that country. They were in and out of that country. I mean, yeah, it looks like Delta closed in. I mean, in a matter of seconds when them airplanes. So here's what happened. Here's exactly what we did. All right. So we took about 100 aircraft and we sent them through the sky. Whew. Deafening noises, right? Nobody could hear anything. Now this is inciting, fear. It's got everybody's minds going crazy. These noises, they don't know if they're bombing. Those planes were smoke and mirrors for the helicopters, all right? And the jets were flying real low. We were flying at 100 feet in these helicopters, all right, when we inserted. So we inserted. Delta was on the ground. We hit at 1:01 a.m. That's when we hit the compound. By 3:29 a.m., all U.S. forces were reported back over water and out of Venezuela safely without any casualties. And hundreds were unalived during this assault. Now, it was done perfectly. What this was a show to China and Russia and to the rest of these guys that you may have a military, you may have some bombs, and you may have some training, but you do not have what we have. You don't. You just don't. Our tier one op, and that was Delta. That's the best of the best. Navy SEALs, they're close too, but I'm telling you right now, they're not like Delta. All right, Delta is something serious. Very, very, very capable individuals. People that go in and get the job done. These guys aren't known for writing books and wearing hair gel. And not to diss my Navy SEAL homies. I love y'all. I love anybody that's in the military, takes part in the military, appreciates our military, right? Because I love them boys. Now listen, a lot of people have questions of saying, okay, so we went after Maduro saying he's a narco trafficker, right? Why aren't we going to Mexico? And I'm going to tell you right now, for one, Mexico is a low hanging fruit, meaning that Mexico is easy work. The thing is, Mexico is working with us. Claudia Scheinbaum, the president over there in Mexico, she doesn't want boots on the ground, all right, because what she does want to avoid is a war. Now, chances are, if we got a military presence over there, some guy over there is going to get a bug up his ass and think he's tough and fire a shot like we probably would want him to. And then we just going to wipe that motherfucker off the map. And that's why she doesn't want us over there. She wants to keep things diplomatic and she wants to keep things as peaceful as possible, which I understand. All right. So that's why Mexico is not something that we're looking at invading. I mean, if we had to use military force, we will, but I believe we can get things done diplomatically over there. Besides, you guys know the whole America drug thing. I mean, come on, act like Trump ain't getting a cut. Yeah, 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 yeah. Tell it to your mother because your brother chews bubble gum. All right. Now listen. Um, there's different ways that this affects all these different countries. Because obviously, we have a whole bunch of countries that don't like us, right? We got a whole bunch of countries that don't like us. As far as who are the allied countries that are allied to each other that don't like us, where are our ships positioned at? Um, you know what are our goals in Iran? And if you look back a couple months ago, we just hit Iran, right? We hit their nuclear system, and we knocked it off its axis, and we did that with malware, hacking, and shit like that. So these wars that are happening right now, they're something that we really haven't seen, right? We've done our ground wars, we've done our invasions. That's just not the way it's going to work anymore. We got people that are going to go in nice and quietly. We entered Venezuela back in August, back in the fall. All right, we had boots on the ground. I don't know if you remember when the bridge got blown up and the comms towers got blown up. That was us getting rid of all their communication and inserting malware so that when it went back up, now we had everything hacked. We had every conversation, every computer, all metadata was ours. All right. And that's what made it very easy for us to know where this guy was going to be when we went in there and got him. Now, what that does is that gives us about, let me check my notes here because I don't want to be off, but I believe Trump said with this gives us a direct acquisition of their resources, of their oil and everything like that. So it was a immediate supply that we received between 30 million and 50 million barrels of oil. All right, which we already have a board. You guys seen it? You may not have seen it. You may have seen it on the news where Trump put a board together of CEOs for big oil companies. This oil is already sold. It's going to be, and what doesn't sell is going to be going into a reserve held by the U.S. Treasury. It's that's ready to be around $2.3 billion, and it's going to be held in the U.S. Treasury accounts. Now, these funds are supposed to benefit Venezuela as well. However, those funds are managed at the discretion of the U.S. government. So, and they are to advance foreign policy and our objectives. So, I mean, it's ours. We went over there. The spoils go to the victor. Everybody knows that. I don't know why everybody's acting like, oh, this is so wrong. This is so wrong. The people of Venezuela are not who we are at war with. Those are not our enemies. Those are people that were being oppressed. Those are people that they were being taken from. All right. Now we do what we always do. We restore democracy, regime change, mysteriously currencies collapse. I mean, this is CIA shit. This happened in Iraq, Iran. I mean, just about everywhere we went. This is what happens. Libya, right? Gaddafi wanted to change the way that you purchase oil to an African gold dinar, one African currency. We don't have gold in America. Whoa. What do you think happened there? You know what I mean? And then if you go to watch that 13 Hours in Benghazi, I don't know if you guys heard about that. You know, that was the second 9/11. We were hit on 9/11 in 2011 or 2012 over there in Libya. And actually, Gaddafi's men were the one that exfilled our guys because America and Obama sent nobody. Fucking bum. All right. Now, so That's how we're going to benefit from Venezuela. All right. So we have direct acquisitions. They have mineral. They're a very mineral rich country. We have the crude oil. We're in control of the revenue now. As you can see, energy prices in China are going to go up. China uses countries like Venezuela and all these other countries that they invest billions into. Actually, China they had invested billions of dollars to secure um, the oil, to secure that they get the contract and whatnot. You know what I mean? So right now, we got that in the Cobra clutch. So whatever's owed to China from Venezuela, we got that. Now, people are always saying, well, what happens if China's going to hit us? What happens if China hits us? Can we beat China? Can we beat China? Listen, China already hit us. What do you think COVID was? You didn't recognize the economy collapse there, and I mean, come on, they tried to use some of our own tactics against us, and we had this old fucking Joe Biden passing out at the motherfucking at the pulpit or whatever you call that motherfucking thing. He was standing up, but he probably wasn't even standing up. They probably had a chair, a big ass chair, look like this, right? He stood up. He was the same motherfucking height. You know what I'm saying? Oh, dirty ass dude. Yeah, but listen, man. So here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna see your gas prices drop, and you guys need to pay attention to legislation, anyways. You guys are too caught up on the executive branch, the president, and all that stuff. You pay attention to the people that write the laws that affect your food stamps, your unemployment. What do they call it? Workman's comp, things like that, right? And that's a whole nother branch of government, and those are people that you need to be voting for, right? Those campaigns and those elections are just as important, if not more important, than the president. All right. Um, Now we got this America First trade thing, right? So obviously we put a 25% tariff on any country that is going to trade with Iran. All right. Now this is really, really slowing up China's money. It really is, and it's bringing industry back to America. It's saying that, you know, so right now with the America First Trade Act, the U.S. has secured commitments that revenue from the future deals will be used by Venezuela to purchase only American-made products. All right. So as you can see, we're trying to bring these jobs back to America. We're trying to bring industry back to America to where we're manufacturing, we're assembling, and things like that. We manufacture a lot of things in America, but as you can see, they're assembled. You go to buy a Chevy Silverado, it's normally going to be made in America, but assembled in Mexico or assembled in Canada, something like that. Um, Now, China, Russia, can they beat us? Are they going to beat us? No, no. China and Russia can't fuck with us. For Russia can't fuck with Ukraine. All right. So all them threats about Russia and what those idiots are going to be doing, we're not worried about that. Okay. Russia's tied up over there getting beat up by some Ukrainian people that we threw them some guns, sent Delta over there, said stand them boys up, and they got them moving, and they're over there bringing hell to hell to tell the captain. So Russia ain't looking too sweet. I'm gonna go ahead and share the screen with y'all because I got a couple things I want to read to you. All right, help you feel better for the people. I got a homie of mine that's really really shook up by all the events that are happening in the world today, and I know it's because he really doesn't understand. So I'm taking this opportunity, you know what I mean, to help my boy out and people like him that fully don't understand um, that America has afraid, and you're gonna have a better understanding when all this is over, and hopefully you will be in less fear. All right, there's nothing to fear. So Greenland, all right, something I want to touch on real quick before I forget. You look at where Greenland is positioned on a map. All right, as you can see right here, the U.S. administration considers Greenland essential for the Golden Dome. It's a multi-billion-dollar initiative designed to provide 100% protection against missile attacks. Officials argue that the stationing interceptors in Greenland is critical to destroying warheads before they reach North America. So I'm going to go ahead and scroll up here a little bit, all right? And if you see, Greenland is situated on the shortest flight path for intercontinental ballistic missiles, or ICBMs, traveling from Russia or China toward the United States. So positioning ourselves in Greenland, those missiles come flying. bam, we hit them from space. We hit them from wherever else we got. Like you said, it's gonna be a golden dome around us. Those missiles are getting nowhere, and that's why it's so important. Hopefully, we can wrap that up diplomatically, and we don't have to use any military force against Greenland. I don't think that's necessary. It's not a good look for America. We are not. This is not the age of conquest. I mean, we can't be knocking ourselves back 1,000 years. All right. Maduro was charged since about 2019 in the Eastern District of New York. All right. Feds got him. He's going to go through due process and he's going to stand trial. All right. You got to understand, China is sending fentanyl en masse over to Venezuela. They're getting the fentanyl distributed to America and all the other places that it's getting sold to, which they're already considering that a weapon of mass destruction. I mean, we've seen what it done to America. They're stopping that. They're stopping the flow of it. The war on drugs is something that I just don't believe in because I understand which sides benefit from it, right? And this isn't about drugs. This is about money from drugs, right? To fund shit that Congress won't fund, just like the Contras, right? They wouldn't fund that war. So what happened? They made crack cocaine, pichicata, something they heard of from Peru, brought it over here with Danilo Blandon, introduced it to Freeway Ricky Ross. It hits the streets, wham. Now, I remember that shit. And they can say what they want about fentanyl. Maybe the death rate was higher, but when 1 month your friend had Sega Genesis, beautiful fridge, beautiful house, and his mom hit that rock, and now they don't got a microwave or a refrigerator to put food in, that's what crack was like. That's what it was like. And thank God I didn't have to go through that. You know what I mean? Thank God. But I had a lot of friends that were affected by that. A lot of family members. I mean, and that money was used, they say, for the greater good. I mean, shit, I hope so. I hope so. Now, what we got to do in America is just fall back and let these boys do what they do, right? None of us are professionals. I don't care about what I research on here. I'm not a military professional. I don't know. I'm not a expert on geopolitics. All right, I'm just a guy that is interested. I know kind of what our military is going up to and what we have and what we're capable of, right? And I take an interest in it, so I'm bringing it to y'all. Hopefully, you understand and are not running scared and filling up the house with water and thinking we're gonna get. But none of that's happening, right? We are gaining economical strength over China. If you look where our ships are, I'm gonna actually share something else with you. If you look where our ships are positioned, right? Let me see. Our ships are positioned. I don't know how to find these damn favorites. Um, all right, so check this out. As you can see, right? Let me make sure I'm looking good over here. It'll be popping out right here. Real quick, real quick, real quick. Share this tab instead. All right, now map's gonna pop up, and here's what I want you guys to look at. We're gonna do this very easily, just like I said the other day, right?